What's up, everybody? One Fun Guy podcast live in the studio. I just got done doing my podcast with Mike. He was awesome, guys. Check that out. It's Oldsmobiles with Laser Guns. It is a phenomenal comic book that he does. The podcast is uploading now. It'll be live in a few minutes. I just did some quick editing. It was a pretty smooth video, so it wasn't much to do on that. So I'm just hanging out now, guys, while my video's uploading. It was a fun night. I told everybody last night that I would come on for a little bit tonight. I am not going to make it a super late night, guys. I have an early morning tomorrow. But I will stay on for as long as I can. If anybody's on and wants to hop on, that would be awesome. If you guys like what I'm doing, please follow me. I'll follow you back. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys, One Fun Guy Podcast. That's kind of where everything lives and breathes and, kind of goes from there. So if you guys are on and you want to hop on, you are more than welcome to do that. Please say hi. I would greatly appreciate it. If you guys want to hang out with me, you are more than welcome to do that. I'm just kind of sending this out to couple of my friends, and we're going to see who's on, see what we can get into tonight. It's going to be just a low-key night, guys, nothing major. It's going to be just like I said, a laid-back, chill night, but fun nonetheless. Like always, you guys are amazing, so please, if you want to hop on, you're more than welcome to. We'll kind of see who else is on. Dakota Soda, what's up? We're just hanging out tonight, guys. It's, like I said, going to be a low-key night. My video's uploading. I just did a podcast with Mike. Like I said before, he does a comic book series. It's called Oldsmobiles with Laser Guns. He is a punk rock fan, music fan, comic book fan, horror movie fan. We got a lot in common, and we didn't even know it. So it was a really cool, fun podcast to do. Super excited I got to meet him and do that. And we are going to be rocking and rolling. I'm going to have him on as a guest, hopefully on my horror podcast, which I'm going to set up for a few weeks right before Halloween. We will revisit horror movies. So if you are a horror movie fan or a horror movie buff, you're not going to want to miss that. The last one we did was awesome. It was just so much fun, and we didn't really get to cover a whole bunch of stuff, but we definitely plan on doing that this time around, which is going to be great. So if you're, like I said, a horror movie fan, you're going to want to check that out. That'll be awesome. And then pretty much from there, guys, like I said, tonight we're just hanging out. It is going to be a very, very low-key night. It's not going to be too over the top. I got a busy morning tomorrow, but we're going to do what we can, guys. We're going to make the best of it and kind of go from there and see what we can get into. And then obviously tomorrow night I have the Pod Cult with me and Cal. We're going to be on. We're going to be talking about the Forbes 38 top metal bands, and it was in an absolutely atrocious list. And I don't want to say atrocious because that's not true. It was just weird, right? A lot of bands would have been in my top 38, so I'll give them that. But the way they ranked it, the bands they left out, the bands that they put in, some of them I didn't think deserved to be on that list. Obviously, I'm assuming since it's Forbes, they're only considering the money aspect of it, how many albums each band sold, who was the notoriety. But a couple bands left a couple bands open for interpretation, which I think there were some bands that sold more than others that weren't on the list. That's just my opinion. But we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about it tomorrow night. So that'll be super interesting. Me and Kel will be on at, I think it's 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. I'll just lock that in with him. Usually we do our shows between 8:30 and 9, so it'll just depend on what he's got going on. We're just kind of hanging out, guys. Like I said, it's just going to be a super low-key night. Purple Thoughts, that is awesome. However you did that, that is cool as could be. So kudos to you. That's pretty awesome. But nonetheless, guys, we're just, like I said, hanging out, low-key night. If you like the show, I'd appreciate some love, but it's not required, guys, to be on it. You don't have to send me any gifts. You don't have to tap the screen 1,000 times to be a part of this. If you're on, you're on, and you want to say hi, that'd be awesome. I'm just kind of doing this to hang out, bump the algorithm up a little bit, see what we can get into, and go from there, guys. Nothing too serious. Like I said, it's going to be a super low-key night tonight. I do have to get up early tomorrow, so I'm not going to stay on a very long time. It's about 9:05 right now, and I'm not probably going to be on much longer, but we will see what we can get into here as well. So, you know, I'm just writing a few notes down, guys, so bear with me here. I'm not ignoring anybody. But we're just hanging out tonight, guys. So if you're on, say hi. It's just, like I said, very, very low-key night from there. And we will see what happens. So what's everybody up to? Everybody have a good weekend so far. It's getting started Friday night. It's a holiday weekend for some, so if you get to have Monday off, awesome. If not, worse things could happen. So we'll, go from there and see what is going on. So if everybody's, having a good time, if there's anything you want to know about me or my podcast, feel free to ask. If there's anything you want to ask me, go ahead. If there's anything you want to know or anything I can help you with, I'll be more than happy to try to steer you guys in the right direction and try to get this thing going. I know a couple people have been asking me about how to start a podcast, what I do, what equipment I use, how did I get going, how did I build a fan base, and it was all organic, guys. I didn't buy anything. I didn't do anything special. I did not beg anybody. I didn't plead with anybody. I just asked my friends if they could share it out, if they could do me a favor and help me out and get my stuff into the world, and they did, and so that's how I did it. So, but if anybody has any questions from there that they want to know, feel free, ask me a question. Francisco, what's going on? I'll be more than happy to answer it. Just shoot me a DM, and we'll go from there. And we're just hanging out tonight, guys. Like I said, it's a Friday night, just a low-key night. My video is uploading to YouTube right now, so once that posts, I'll pretty much hop on off of here. It's usually what I do. It takes about 25 or 30 minutes for that to upload. And then, like I said, normally I would hop back on tonight, guys. But I do have a super busy day tomorrow, and I do have to get up early. So I am not going to hang out here much longer. Maybe a few more minutes just to say hi, get the video posted. I'll put it to YouTube. I just wanted to come on and thank Mike again for being a great guest on my podcast. So if you're a fan of comic books, music, movies, we covered a lot in about a half an hour time. We really focused on his comic book. So if you're a comic book fan, check it out. It's Oldsmobile with Laser Guns. The link is on my YouTube channel. The video should be posting now. So if you head over to YouTube, subscribe to my channel, like the video, give it a watch. It was a very, very awesome podcast, and I'm glad he was a guest. So we will go from there. I hope everybody's having a great start to their weekend, a good Friday night. I hope everybody has a great weekend. If it's a holiday weekend for you and you have a 3-day, enjoy it. I will be back on tomorrow night with Kel. We are going to talk about the Forbes 38 top metal bands and what we like, what we don't like about that list, what we agree with and what we don't agree with, which is probably going to be more so the disagreement with it, but it is what it is, right? And it's kind of cool that a business magazine that millions upon millions of people read, that they did an article about metal bands, right? So that's a win in itself, that we're if you're in the metal community or the hard rock community or the punk community, that it's getting some notoriety now, right? It's not just the pop and rap. That's it's the metal scene is moving on up in the world, and that's what we love. I'm a huge heavy metal and hard rock fan, so to me that means the world that Forbes actually considered that as an art form, number one, and number two, that a successful run, right? Because to be in Forbes magazine, you have to be a billionaire, right? And one of the bands on there is Metallica. It was number one, which I don't think is a surprise to anybody. It wouldn't have been my number one, but you got to give credit where credit's due. They are awesome, so that's just the way it is, right? So Metallica, as far as being the best-selling band in the world and of all time, is true. They've hit $1 billion in album sales. They've hit $1 billion in tours, so they're awesome, right? They're all billionaires, right? Good for them. But again, so we're going to talk about that list. We're going to talk about a bunch of other stuff going on too. So, if you don't like the list, it's not my list. It was Forbes' list. My list is different. If I was going to take 38 metal bands, Metallica would be on the list. I'm not going to lie, but they would not be number one. The Dave Matthews Band, I have, but unfortunately, this was heavy metal. Dave Matthews is not heavy metal. I would consider them rock, maybe folkish rock, but this was definitely more of a. It was distinguishedly based towards heavy metal. That was the the vibe of the article, Christina. It wasn't the best bands in the world or the top bands. It was distinctly specific to metal bands, and it was kind of cool that they did that. But I agree, right? There's better, more selling bands out there, but in heavy metal, Metallica is top. And who knows, right? I mean, you have the Taylor Swifts of the world. You have a bunch of other bands that are out there. I don't know what just happened to my screen. That was bizarre. But yeah, so I mean, as far as metal bands go, Metallica's number one. I don't think anybody can argue with that. They're not my favorite by any stretch of the imagination. But like I said, you got to give credit where credit's due. You put them number one pretty much on any list. My favorite heavy metal band's Pantera, so I would, take that for what it's worth. But again, I'm not biased in any stretch of the imagination, but it's just not fair to say Metallica's not the best. They've earned that right. They haven't put out many good albums lately. In fact, they've all pretty much been shitty. They haven't had a successful album in a very, very long time. But give credit, like I said, where credit's due. Their first 3 albums rocked. From Master of Puppets to Ride the Lightning to even a little bit of Injustice for All. But Master, Ride the Lightning, and no, I'm not. I can't think of the other one. But anyways, it is what it is, right? Can't take it away from them. They've reached that pinnacle of where they're at. But if you are a hard rock or heavy metal fan, then tune into the Pod Cult tomorrow, where me and Cal will talk about that, and we will talk about our list, and we will talk about everything we got going on. So that's pretty much it, guys. My video's uploading right now. I'm waiting for it to go live on YouTube. It was episode 35 with Mike tonight. He has a comic book called Oldsmobiles with Laser Guns. And that's kind of what we did. Jody, what's up? Finally, I got a Gen Xer that might side with me on some stuff. And if you guys don't follow Jody, Jody's awesome. She's got great content. She puts out awesome stuff. So if you guys aren't following her, follow her and like her stuff. She puts out amazing videos, and it's super cool. But yeah, so we're just we're just hanging out tonight, guys. It's like I said, a low key night. We are going to talk tomorrow, like I said, about the Forbes top 38 metal bands. Me and Cal will have that on the Pod Cult. So tune into that if you like music in general. We kind of talk about, hard rock, heavy metal, punk, industrial. We got kind of a lot of genres going, but it'll be a unique list. We actually are coming up with our own list of who we would rank and why we're going to rank them the way that we did. So that'll be the topic of discussion for tomorrow. So if you are a music fan, hop in tomorrow. Check out all my stuff on YouTube, guys. I've done podcasts with musicians. I've done podcasts about music. I've done podcasts about likes and dislikes, different genres. So if you're a music fan, a movie fan, a book fan, a horror movie fan, my podcast have touched everything. If you like watches, like I said, I'm a watch collector. I did a podcast with Greg about watches. That was super fun. I wanna revisit that. And but yeah, so all my stuff lives on YouTube, guys. One Fun Guy Podcast over on YouTube. That's kind of where my stuff kind of just hangs out and adorns. So if you guys are on, say hi. Like I said, guys, it's going to be an early night for me. I'm actually getting kind of tired now. I have to get up super early in the morning tomorrow. I didn't want to, but I have to. So I am going to make it an early night tonight. Normally I come out and I hang on for a few hours, and I'm just unfortunately not going to be able to do that tonight, guys. I'm tired already, and I do have a busy day tomorrow. So with that being said, guys, I'm probably just going to hop off of here. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Check me out tomorrow night, the Pod Cult with Cal. We're going to talk about Forbes top 38 metal bands. Again, guys, One Fun Guy Podcast over on YouTube. If you could subscribe and like the videos, that would be great. Follow me here. I'll follow you back. I'm One Fun Guy Podcast across all the platforms, guys. So if you like what you see, please follow me, and we will go from there. So everybody have a great night. Have a great Friday. Have a great Saturday. I will see everybody tomorrow night with the Pod Cult, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I will see everybody tomorrow. Everybody have a great rest of their night, and have a great Saturday. Later, guys.